Rome wasn't built in a day, but you could die for her in a second. You are standing at the edge of the known world. In front of you lies a contract, the sacramentum, a sacred oath. Once you swear it, you cease to be an ordinary man. You become property of the Legion for 25 years. Your body, your time, your fear, all of it belongs to Rome. But the enemy isn't the barbarians screaming in the forest. The enemy is the man standing next to you. Because in this army, if the line breaks, the punishment doesn't come from the enemy. It comes from your friends. 1 in 10. That is the math of survival. Welcome to the Legion. Let's see if you can survive the first 24 hours. Survival, Level 1, the Beast of Burden. The movies show the glory of battle. They forget to show the agony of the luggage. You are not just a soldier. You are a construction worker, a janitor, and a mule. First comes the armor, the lorica segmentata. 20 pounds of iron plates locking your chest and shoulders, restricting every breath. Then the scutum, your shield, not a prop. 22 pounds of layered wood and leather. Try holding that weight in front of you with one arm for half a day. And then comes the real punishment, the sarcina. Your marching pack, cooking pot, shovel, pickaxe, 2 wooden stakes for the camp wall, 3 days of rations, your cloak. Everything you own rides on your back. The total weight presses down between 60 and 80 pounds. They call you Marius Mules for a reason. Because for the next stretch of your life, you are not fighting. You are walking, mile after mile. And if you drop your shield, you don't get a warning. You get the staff. The march of death hours pass. Your legs move on instinct alone. You have already covered more than a dozen miles. The Roman pace is merciless. A standard march is strict, but the forced march pushes even harder. Fall behind, and the rear guard will not help you up. They will beat you until you stand. Thirst claws at your throat. You reach for your water skin. Too bad. You drink when you are told. Discipline is the water of the Legion. Leather straps saw into your shoulders. Skin peels from your collarbone. The hobnails in your sandals bite into blistered feet with every step. The dust never settles. The coughing never stops. Then suddenly, the column halts. Silence spreads. This is not an ambush. It is something worse. The sun is sinking, and a legionary never sleeps in the open. You have already marched close to 20 miles under crushing weight. Now the real work begins. The architect of war. There is no rest. Before you eat, before you sit, before you even breathe, you build. Every single night, the Legion constructs a fortified camp from nothing. Not tomorrow, not eventually. Tonight. You grab a shovel and dig the fossa, the defensive ditch. It must be 10 feet wide and 7 feet deep. The earth is heavy and wet. Your hands ache. Your arms burn. The dirt you remove becomes the agger, the rampart wall. Those wooden stakes you carried for miles. You now plant them into the wall, forming a lethal barrier. A centurion inspects the line. He measures your section. Too shallow. He kicks the dirt back into the ditch. Again. If the camp is weak, the enemy kills you in your sleep. If your section fails inspection, you are ordered to sleep outside the walls, alone, in the dark. Hunger growls louder than fear. The fuel night finally falls. You huddle inside a leather tent with 7 other men. This is your Contubernium, the 8 soldiers who share everything. You cook together, you sleep together, you bleed together. Dinner is simple. Pulse. A grain porridge mixed with whatever fat or scraps you have. To drink, posca. Water mixed with vinegar and herbs. It sounds disgusting. Right now, it tastes like survival. The tension eases. Someone laughs. Another man repairs a sandal strap. For a moment, the world feels smaller. War feels distant. These men become your brothers. But the Legion has a rule. If one of you runs in battle, the rest of you pay the price. The ultimate test morning comes. But there is no march today. A unit broke formation yesterday. They showed fear. Rome does not forgive cowardice. The Legion assembles without armor. No shields, no helmets. just tunics and dread. The air feels heavy. This is the final test. Decimatio. Decimation. The guilty unit is divided into groups of 10. Your group is chosen. Your brothers. Your tent mates. A lottery urn is brought forward. A hand reaches inside. White stone. Relief. Another hand reaches in. Black stone. Your closest friend holds it. The man who shared his vinegar water with you the night before. The man who laughed beside the fire. The commander places a club in your hands. The test is no longer about fighting the enemy. To preserve discipline, the 9 must kill the 10th. If you refuse, the entire unit is executed. Could you do it? Could you look your brother in the eye and strike the blow to survive? The verdict. The Roman legion conquered the world, not because its soldiers were the strongest individuals, but because they feared their commanders more than the enemy. They were a machine built from men. You survived the wait. You survived the march. But that final choice, that is something that never leaves you. If you drew the white stone and your friend drew the black one, would you obey the order? Or would you turn the club on the centurion? Tell me your choice in the comments.